Welcome back. Did you miss me? I sure as hell missed you. Welcome to the Time Treadmill. I'm Ron, and these are my sweaty thoughts about Doctor Who. The first and probably least interesting thing about the 10th anniversary special, The Three Doctors, is that it did not air anywhere near the actual 10th anniversary. It was the first story of the 10th series, certainly, but it aired from late December of 1972 through early January of 1973, a full 11 months before the actual 10th anniversary. But it was a different time. The actual date didn't matter so much as it being the 10th series of this program. And the fact that they managed to bring back all three actors to portray the Doctors in this story is phenomenal. Unfortunately, although he was originally scripted to be fully physically involved in the story, it turned out that William Hartnell's health would not allow him that much physical participation. And so his part was cut down to short insert filmed scenes where he was on a set by himself in this crystal pyramid thing, delivering his lines, and they were all shot pretty much in one afternoon, as I recall, maybe two. And sadly, his health continued to deteriorate to the point where he passed away barely 2 years later. This then marks his final appearance as the Doctor in Doctor Who. Another character who was originally supposed to have a significant role in the story was Jamie McCrimmon. Unfortunately for us, Fraser Hines was fully booked with other work, which good for him. He was getting plenty of work back then. He simply could not find the time to film any scenes for this story. And in fact, there was one last attempt to at least have him cameo at the very end of the last story in just a little 30-second bit, and even that had to be canceled because that day he was required to be filming for another show in a different set. So unfortunately, we missed out the chance on having the return of Jamie McCrimmon here, but he will show up again in the 5 Doctors and the 2 Doctors, so it's not quite his last appearance. As for the story itself, it was originally pitched as Death World, and they were supposed to travel to the actual, literal hell. But that story was ultimately deemed too dark and disturbing for children. And so the whole concept was retooled, and we got this fantastic villain, Omega, the original engineer who gave the Time Lords the power to conquer time. Now, one really interesting thing about Omega is that originally his name was Ohm. And that was a clever pun. He was supposed to be the reverse of the Doctor. Now, how is Ohm supposed to be the inverse of the Doctor? Well, take a look. There you go. Unfortunately, that was deemed to be a little too on the nose, and so Ohm became Omega, and we get one of the great villains in Doctor Who history. This story was just a fantastic way to kick off the 10th series, and I thoroughly enjoy it every time I watch it. This one is highly recommended to anyone who wants a taste of classic Doctor Who. Yeah, the dialogue's not fantastic. Yeah, the sets are shaky. Yeah, the special effects are 1970s Doctor Who special effects. But the concept, the story, and the interplay between the 2nd and 3rd Doctor is just magical. I love everything about it. And so, if you've never seen it, I highly encourage you to check it out. And on that note, I'm going to call it a day, get cleaned up, get to work, and I promise I won't be taking another 3 days off again. I'll be right back at it tomorrow with Frontier in Space. Until then, you stay home, stay safe, be kind, be patient, and I will see you tomorrow.